When I was shown the other person who semi looked like me with a mask on. I mean, they really look like me with a mask on and glasses. Although I don't think there's another one of me. But I did ask for another one of me. I asked for a replica, so not a clone, not whatever else, replica. So it's weird. Like a week later, they showed me a replica of me was doing what exactly I said to do on the West Coast, or East Coast. My bad. They were at D.C. like a month before the invasion of the Capitol, and I've been paranoid since that stuff happened that someone who looks like me had killed people out there or destroyed shit out there. But I also understand if me is going to do something and I'm 30, 40 years old, I understand you're not going to know it's me. I'll put on makeup and I'll look like some freaking Asian person or something. It doesn't, I'll look like Goku or something. Like the whole reason why I've looked normal the last few years is because I've not done shit. I've been trying to really be nice and not burn down cities and stuff like that. At least you know, like my physical being, not do that stuff. Apparently, I'm not as good with everything else, but physical being, I've been laying off since I don't know, 2006. I told my friends I don't want to go outside and drop cinder blocks on cars on the freeway and stuff like that, because I don't know how many people we killed, and I don't want to continue to kill people over nonsense and stuff. But we lived a life, and if you think that was fucked up, then you best fucking pay attention to everything else I say, because there's no reason for me to make shit up, bro. I'm telling you. And if you're scared of it and you want to run away, you're running into a fucking fake fantasy world that doesn't exist, because this is the real world. And I'm trying to tell you about it, but no one gives a shit. Everyone's just part of this system. So, if I say something, I'm gonna tell you 70% of the time it's true. These other lay down and get boofed by a frickin' another male guys. They're lying to you. Alex Jones, he's lying to you. Fucking, I don't care. So I have no allegiance to anything but the truth. So, you can send a whore into my life to fuck me. You can send a woman, a lady into my life to fuck me, whatever you want. And if we have a kid, and I feel like that's betrayal, it'll be like fucking Abraham's son. Is that correct? Abraham's son? I'll be like, you gotta sacrifice that shit. And I did that before. Actually, I had supposedly some cow with a habitual liar attitude said we had a kid, and I prayed to Satan that we fucking kill it, because it would just be fucking tortured by being with that piece of shit. And then magically, supposedly, she got an STD, probably from fucking the clown she was with, but she tried to blame me instead of the transsexual clown she was with. And that actually made me hate the person I was with, who like kind of like was awesome in the first metalhead I ever met. So I had to like cut everyone off. You understand? When you have a problem, you have to cut everything out of your life. When you're doing something in your liver or your lungs or your brain or whatever organ is acting, when your skin's starting to look like an old wrinkled piece of crap, you have to cut out everything you're doing that you understand is part of that, because you can't take chances and be like, I'm going to cut out one at a time. So I cut out everything, And that person's still nice to me this day. That's one of the best relationships I ever had, is a person I only hung out with like 2 days. And then the other person I hung out with like 4 months. What's her name? Stephanie. And I like politely broke it off with her because we didn't get a place. Sorry if you watch these videos. I know you probably do because you fucking stalk me all over the internet with different accounts and shit. I understand that's what happens if I don't fucking go crazy and nuts on someone that they want me forever. It's even worse these days. You're lucky you haven't experienced me these days, although you're the first one I learned can flood a fucking couch in the house. So yeah. Yeah, I just, I wanted to say, like, I don't know, fuck off to everyone. I don't know, I think motherfuckers are lying to me about what's going on in this world. I don't understand how different human shells can talk to me about my personal life. And I just wanted to reaffirm that at the end of the day, fuck off is my final message. Fuck off and die, even. I hope the drought extends to the whole fucking nation. And as far as I know, it did, but I have to cut that off because I don't care. I don't want to, read about it and bask in the deaths I've caused of people who have fucked me over. I just want them to be removed from this world so it can be a better world. And especially since seeing that people aren't real and they're bots and shit like that. My emotions are real because I'm a human, but I don't have emotions towards a computer. I kick my fucking TV. I throw a fucking controller through it. I fucking kick my computer because sometimes, apparently, logic behind it is soldering joints get cold and open, and then if they're heated up, you can kick them and it'll shake the circuitry connection in there, and then they might reset properly. So we've got a logic here behind why we kick and throw electronics and bots out the window. And from what I've seen, I've not had my fucking past erased, and everyone else, they either have no past, I know people for 40 years who say the same 7 minutes of shit for 40 years. And before they started showing me how fake the world was, I started realizing, this person isn't real. They have 7 minutes, and someone would have either beaten them to death or fucking, and technically, someone did break their fucking face open, and they're probably lucky to be surviving. And then another time, they were in a car accident that they were fucking almost destroyed. So maybe we've done that. Maybe we've went back in time and tried to erase these people because the time manipulation is obviously here and shit. And I understand, these people need fucked up and shit. And I guess just fucking them up. When I say people need fucked up, I'm not saying they need to die. So the magical spell, the spells, the incantation, the spelling of the words, it doesn't come into fruition as it should and shit. Those people need to fucking die. And now they'll die because they're 60, 70 years old and shit. But it's too fucking late. And then with the time shit, maybe I can go back in time. But I'm still here, and one of my main goals is to go back in time and get rid of the people who birthed me. That way, I don't have to fucking be here again and shit. And apparently that hasn't happened. I've tried that as much as killing myself. And both of those are way more fucking... I focus on those way more than that drought that's happening in USA. That was just oh, fuck it. Fuck them. Drain their water from them so they die. Not so they die, but, maybe they'll find a way through having a drought, and then they'll learn to fucking be nicer to each other. It's not necessarily so people die. Maybe they'll come together like they did on the West Coast and shit when the fires and everything else occurred, and the riots and all that shit. And yeah, let's end it there. But yeah, I've been trying to like figure all this out, and like, why is everyone treating me like? Why are certain people, like 10% of the people, are treating me like I'm a piece of shit, and they can tell me what to do, and then whatever it is, the computer that controls this world is trying to blame me for summoning blizzards and droughts and tsunamis and volcanoes and shit. It's like, why would you fucking just stay the fuck out of my way and don't fucking whine to me and complain to me about what I'm trying to do? You know, I'm just trying to like contribute and create the greatest fucking art I ever can. And then these fucking things are stepping in my way. And when you step in my way, like, bro, I'm being shown these days I have the power to fucking do what I want. I've been seeing that since I was 18. Like, that person who came around me in that whole year at trial where they died, like, there was no lack of me mentally thinking they were about to die by my hands. And then that person killed themselves. I got saved by God. God killed them without me putting my fingerprints on it. And it's like, God bless God. You know, God bless the fucking gods, wherever they are. Like, I suppose at the end of the day, I'm going to come together with them and we're going to all fucking laugh about this bullshit going on. They're going to tell me some shit I don't know. Or I do know, and they're going to confirm it and be like, yeah, like, we've been fucking playing along all along, and it was just fun, wasn't it? And I'm going to be like, yeah, because every time I got hemmed up or fucking locked down, it was like 30 days later, I'm fucking out of prison. And, like that one time, like, when they said I killed that little word I can't say because Google and Facebook will ban it, when they said I killed him, fucking, like, they let me out, like, in a week, pending trial, and they were supposed to let me out, on house arrest, right? But they didn't. The papers were signed that I'd just go free. So there was people in the system, or the system itself had reprogrammed itself to let me free. And then the people in my life who are betrayers, my mother, she is the ultimate betrayer of who I am and what I want to be. She called the police and said, hey, he was supposed to be out on house arrest and he's not. And then so I end up with this frickin' stupid anklet and I have to stay in my house all day. And I end up fucking smashing and cutting. Like, you couldn't smash it. It was so strong. It was like armor. So I started taking knives to it, butcher knives, and I cut the fuck out of it. And then eventually it got destroyed. And they're like, what happened? And I was like, I dropped it. And there's like cuts and like chunks taken out of it. And I mean, it took a minute to do it because it was like armor. But I tore that shit up. And it was obvious I didn't fucking drop it. But, I mean, that's what I deal with my whole life, is the person who I thought was closest to me is this fucking ultimate betrayer who has always fucking stepped in my path and told me what not to do. When they're like on this low fucking level of, like, I'm surprised they can't even spell the word butter, yet alone eat it. Like, is eating like a skill? Eating is like a talent, isn't it? It's one of the 7 things humans are programmed with. They can eat, they can sleep, they can walk, and they can talk. Like, there's an illusion that the world is billions of years old or 6,000 years old, and supposedly the humans didn't learn to talk till Jesus Christ came. And I don't believe that a world actually existed since then. So talking is one of them. They can walk, they can talk, they can wipe their asses, they can take a crap, they can take a pee, and I don't know, they can bullshit you. About 7, right? And then, but they can't think. They can't fucking evolve. None of they've devolved. They think us handing them technology has evolved them, and it hasn't. Like it's fucking made it worse and shit. Like we probably. I'm sorry if I ever ask anyone else to get on the internet. That's my fucking fault and shit. I'll take blame for it. Fucking, but yeah, I mean, they're already on the internet, right? That's how they go to sleep and then wake up in the morning knowing the new agenda when they couldn't go to sleep after 12 years of math in school and wake up and knowing math any single day during that 12 years. 12 years times 360. There's a lot of numbers. Can you guys add that up? Like, because I could if I had a calculator real fast. So, but can anyone else add that up? I'll leave this censored to children. That way you guys can leave the mathematician figures down there. 12 years by 360, 365. Who cares? 360 is good enough, right? We got to round it out. Just like I round out lifespan to 800,000 hours, I've rounded out my lifespan to I've been trapped here for 400,000 hours. And apparently I'm going to be fucking trapped here for another 400,000 hours unless I do something and fix this world permanently. And by fix it, I mean fucking get rid of it. But yeah, I'm trying to figure this out. No one's fucking helped me. No one ever helped me with like math or science or history or like I had to help everyone else. People would ask me for help and all that shit. And I understand why. And then they tried to take me to stupid special rooms where smart kids were. And I was like, these kids are nerds. They don't know anything. And then I was like, I don't want to fill out work all day. So I just left to go make explosives and carry a machete around and do drugs. Because I mean, technically today, that's a really highly efficient skill. After this 2020 stuff, there's no cove. The cove and the beach. I don't want to say that word that we're not allowed to say. After that, that would be like a proficient skill. If every kid, me and my friends were alive as children in 2020. That wouldn't have happened. If you told my dad to put a mask on, we would have done everything but kill you. We would have terrorized you completely, like we did people for fun. Well, technically it wasn't fun. He threatened to kill my dad, and then it was like 2 years of terrorism he faced, and that's what he gets. You know what I'm saying? You don't threaten to kill my family. Threatened to kill me, and I think it's funny, but threatened to kill my fucking family. You're gone. And yeah, I don't even think I care about them anymore because most of them, I think, are involved in this shit. But how do we deal with this? Like, supposedly this worst drought in the world in like 1,200 years has happened in America, in USA. I hate the word America. This is like genocidal freaks who have repurposed every word in every nation they're in. And they think they're going to be the new Chinese in like 20 seconds. But they know at the same time they're not smart enough to defeat those people, and they're scared of it. So they have to say they eat bats and cats. And that's the worst they can do to them. But, yeah, it makes me think what's going on, how we're going to deal with this. And they made this game called BioShock, which like the third installment, I think they think it was a message to me where I killed everyone and I led both sides, and they like made it in the game. BioShock Infinity, was that what it was? Where the person at the end of the game, they like felt bad about what's going on. And it's like, if I was, like when I played that game, I would kill the person in front of me who was trying to tell me I was in control of it all, because you could clearly see in the game there was three spiritual beings who were in control of it, and they weren't like you weren't. You were just like leveling up and killing off people who got in your way and stuff like that. And then the final story was like, oh, you led the white people versus the savage hordes, and but you led the savage hordes versus the white people, and they're trying to like blame me for shit like that. And it's like, no, trust me, like if I was fully in control, this world would be gone, dude. The things I've asked for, like only like 50% of it's happened in this world. Like when I asked for the earth to be split apart, they only made that volcano happen in the tsunami. They didn't split the earth apart, because I tried to split the earth apart right there in that ocean to devour the ocean's water. That way there was no fucking water on the planet. And maybe the water on the planet receding would fix global warming as well. And then maybe it would like cool the insides of the planet, and who knows what fun stuff could happen after that. So like when in the end, when they blame me, I know you guys can't have your own thoughts and shit, but you know, don't let them blame me 100%, because until like I say I'm fully in control, I'm not. Trust me, I've been testing this for a long ass time. There might be riots and cities being burnt down, and volcanoes and tsunamis because I asked for them and shit. And people everyone in the world wearing a freaking mask and shutting down their economies because I asked for it. And everything. And like, you are supposed to see that these people will do whatever they're fucking told. And they are not free-thinking individuals, and they are the people behind the terrorism and genocide the last 6,000 years. That's kind of like the whole point of what's been going on, is you're supposed to be educated. You're supposed to frickin' learn from it. You're supposed to learn to say no to the government frickin' force injecting people with drugs like they did me right before 2020 happened. So that's why I asked for that stuff to start happening in this world, because I was fucking sick of these 14 billion people fucking coming at me, and I didn't understand at that point in time that I controlled the world. So I didn't know the dumb shit I said out loud and did with like magical pentagrams or magical Illuminati signs would like actually, or Christian signs would actually control the world and stuff like that. I didn't know I was already controlling the world to a large extent. No one told me that bullshit. And then right when they started teaching me about controlling the world, I was still with the second Joe, the clone, I don't know, the third clone I had seen in my life. This was the first clone I noticed, and then I noticed there was 6, 8 other versions of him I've seen since I've traveled. Yeah. I'm literally here asking the innkeeper again when he's gonna fucking help me. And the innkeeper keeps saying 60 gold pieces a night. He doesn't know anything else, does he? And it's bullshit, dude. Although they can be possessed, and the one said he hears voices in his head, and it's like, well, maybe we should fucking knock your head with a baseball bat so you can think straight, because I don't believe that shit at all.